All right. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that's joining us today. I know that last week we had a bit of a break from our social media power hours, but this week we got two, and the first one's hosted by Jake. For those of you who don't know, Jake is our digital marketing specialist, and he's been able to help realtors and myself kind of work through social media, websites, and Canva. And just in the last few months, I've gotten some great tools from Jake about Canva and how to kind of lessen the amount of time that I have to spend on Canva. So Jake, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Sure. Good morning. So yeah, so Canva is a tool for us to use. It's free. So I'm just going to be going through some of the features that it offers for realtors mainly, and how you can use them, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to use it as we go along. So from the people I see that are connected here, I know some of you already use Canva, so you're already aware of what Canva is. But for those who don't know what Canva is, it's an online graphics design tool, ideally for graphics. So you could design anything you want there, whether it's video or just graphics for social media presentations. You can even use it as a Word document. You could do many things in here, but the main focus for today is going to be listing presentations and how to modify the pre-existing templates in Canva. So here are some of the benefits of using Canva. It's super easy to use. You don't need to be a graphic designer to learn how to use it. It's super easy. They already have templates for you. So if you don't know how to design it or it feels overwhelming, you could just pick a template and you can just customize it to your brand. They have a vast library of stock images and videos for you to use, or you could add your own. You can just upload like your listing pictures, videos. You can add your logos, anything you want there for you to use for your brand and your presentations. And you can customize it completely. And we're going to go through that as we go along. I'm going to teach you guys how to customize it and some of the things that I use to make it easier. Here are more features. So the number one feature for me is brand consistency, because it allows you to create a branding hub. So you can add all your branding colors, you can add all your branding fonts, you can add all your logos, you can add anything that you want to project in your brand through social media or your branding presentations or your listing presentations. You can add them here and everything will be consistent. So it's super easy to stay consistent, and it just helps create a stronger brand in a highly competitive market. Another key feature that I love is that it's mobile friendly. So whatever you do on your laptop, on your desktop, you can also download the Canva app on your phone or on your tablet, and you can modify it too. So you can work from anywhere as long as you have an internet connection. It's free. They also have a pro version, which you pay monthly. But to be honest, I would only recommend that if you are really going to use it like every day. Like I have the pro version, but I don't see why you would need to get it if you're just going to be using it for what I'm going to show you, like listing presentations, or yeah, we can get deeper into that later on. So let's get started. So first, you need to sign up for a Canva presentation, for a Canva account. And the way you do that is you go to canva.com. And this is the screen you will see. And in here, you can sign in with your Apple account, your Google account, your Facebook account, Microsoft, whatever account you have. Or if you have like a custom email, you can also sign up through that. And we're just going to build a presentation as we go along, so you guys could learn how I do everything. So once you create an account, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the homepage, and this is what it looks like. So step one in creating a listing presentation is we're going to choose a template, and we have many templates to pick from, and I'm going to go through how to pick the how to pick the free ones because they have a lot of pro ones, but they also have many free ones. So we're just going to type in listing presentation here in the search bar in the homepage. We're going to click enter. And sorry, there's a lot of stuff that I do in autopilot. So if there's something that I do and you don't know how I did it, just make sure to interrupt me and ask me a question. So yeah, so now that we went into the homepage and we typed in listing presentations, we get a list of all the different listing presentations that you have access to. And this is how you know if they're free or not. So you can just hover over them, or you could just look for that little crown over here where it says pro. Those you have to pay for. And so you won't be able to customize them at all. There are some that have like a, let's see if I can find one here. There are some that have like a $sign. They don't have the pro symbol, but they have a $sign. And what that means is that they have elements in there that you need to pay for because they have copyright they're assigned to like a graphic designer, and that's how they monetize their work. So you don't have to have a pro account to use their elements, but you do need to buy them. So we're just going to go with a free one for now. So these are the listing presentations, and which one am I going to pick? I'm going to go with this one because it's free. And it looks like something I can work with to show you guys what you can do. So we're going to go with this one, and we're going to click customize template. It should open up a new window, and this is what it looks like. And what we do next is we're going to apply all 15 pages. So when we're looking at the templates here, I'm going to go back. When we look at the templates and you hover over them, it tells you how many slides it has. So you can pick the ones that, if you want like a long presentation, or you can actually go through the slides to see if it matches what you're trying to present, right? You can just go through them, each slide, and see if it actually is what you need before you select one. So now that I picked the one that I want, we're going to start working on it. I shared some files on our chat. I shared the slide presentation because it's not really like a slide presentation where I present Canva, because it's mainly like a step-by-step guide on how to custom design your listing presentation. And I also included a branding package with all our logos and a PDF with our branding guide. So it has all our colors, fonts, and and what type of how the colors that you're allowed to use in the logos for your listing presentations or any branding that you want to do. Here's the first slide, and we're going to apply all of 15 pages. And this is what we get. So at the bottom here, you can see that it populated all our slides. And I'm just going to go back to my step-by-step. Yeah, so we signed up for Canva. We chose our presentation, and we chose a relevant template for our listing. So step 2, we're going to upload our brand logo. We're going to choose our colors to maintain consistency. We're going to edit text and headings to match property details. And we're going to insert high quality photos just to make everything consistent as well. So, here, we go back here. And to edit something in Canva is just as easy as clicking on it, double clicking on text, and just, you can edit anything that you want. So most of these things are going to be grouped when it's already a template. But this one allows you to customize absolutely everything. There are some templates that just, you're just able to like change the text or change some colors. But in here, we're allowed to modify anything we want. So we're just going to change this, Jake Hernandez. We can change the date. But we're going to upload our logo because that's what it said. So here's how you upload an image on Canva. So we go to this left bar over here, the toolbar on the left, and we're going to click on upload. And I already uploaded my logos here and my branding hub here. I'm going to teach you guys how to use this. If you don't have a pro account, it won't let you create a branding hub, but I'm going to teach you a way to go around that. So in here, we're going to upload our logo. So we click upload files. And I think I deleted my logo actually, but yeah. So you would just pick the logo that you need. Let's say this is my logo, and then just click open, and it'll upload here. And this is what it would look like when it's uploaded. And for you to use it, you just click on it, and it'll auto appear here, and you just kind of resize it, and you can move it anywhere you want. So we're just gonna put it here for everyone to see. And so we already uploaded our logo, and now we're gonna change our colors to match our brand. So to change a color, so this is where I teach you guys how to go around creating your branding hub if you don't want to have a pro version of it. So what I would recommend is you upload an image that has your branding colors already in it, like this one. I grabbed this from the PDF file that I shared on our chat, and it has our blue and our red for Realty executives. And what we do is we pick the color that we want to change. So for example, here's this black that doesn't really go along with the brand. And then we click on this color hub, this color tablet over here, and it should open up this menu right here. Now here's the branding kit that we're not allowed to use because we don't have a pro account. But going around it, once you have uploaded the image of your brands with the colors and everything, what's cool about Canva is that it kind of breaks down the colors that are being used in that slide. So here's that image that I uploaded, and it broke down all the colors that are in it. So to change this color black, I'm just gonna click blue here. And at the bottom, I'm gonna click change all. So it changes them. So it makes the same changes on all the different slides.
This is so
And
sneaky.
once I click that, every single slide is now blue. The blacks turn into blue. And I didn't have to pay for a pro account. That's the best feature. And
That is so sneaky. I love it.
And we're gonna do the same with the yellow because it doesn't match our brand. And I'm just gonna pick the red, change all. And now every single yellow square or element that was in our slides is now red. So now it's looking more like Realty executives. And you can also do that with the font. So you can click on the font, click on the color. We're gonna go with white, change all. And now it changes every single yellow text to white. So we don't have to go slide by slide doing that. And yeah, so yeah, I would just I would recommend you have like a PNG. You can actually create it in Canva. You can open up a file, add all the colors that you want. If you press R on your keyboard while using Canva, you get a little square. And in that square, you can just like pick the colors that you want for your brand. So let's say your brand is like bright pink or whatever. You create like a white slide. You put all the colors in one slide and you download that slide and you re-upload it. That way Canva can just give you a breakdown of the colors in that image, and you can just use that as your branding hub. Okay, so now that we edited text, you edit the headings to match the property details, you insert high quality images. So we're gonna do that. So let's say I'm gonna delete this. So I already showed you guys how to upload an image, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to keep it organized. So Canva has a tool called projects. And it's basically just folders. So once you click on projects, you have designs, folders, images. What we want to do is you create a folder. Let's create one here. Let's create just a listing, photos. And within here, you create another folder with the listing address. And then you can upload all the images, high-res images from your listing, and you upload them here. But since I don't have one, I'm just gonna pretend like I do, and I'm gonna go pick one from our stock images. So I'm gonna click house. I'm gonna go to elements. Elements is where you go for anything graphic design. So if you want photos, videos, elements are like shapes, or like, let's say, what are some that I use a lot? I use something called light. And you'll see it a lot in my designs in the Realty Executives social media. So when I type in light, I get a bunch of different light images that I could just use to like highlight something. So I could just like resize it, move it around, and it kind of creates that light effect on it. But for now, I'm just gonna I'm gonna type in house because I want a house image. And you replace an image as simple as just like grabbing the image that you want. Let's say I uploaded these images from my listing. I grab it and I drag it onto the new image, the already existing image, and I drop it there. And it just replaces it. Okay, now that we did that, we followed all the steps here. So we uploaded our brand, we changed our colors, we changed our text, we uploaded our high quality pictures. Now you can incorporate icons, illustrations, and shapes to enhance visuals. We can use grids. You can apply filters. So I'm just going to go through one of the slides here and just kind of show you what a grid is and how you get access to all these tools. So for example, it mentioned elements, it mentioned grids. So let's pick a grid. So we go back into elements, we type in grid. And here it's a list of grids that we have available. I'm going to pick this one. Once you click it, it kind of like populates the entire slide. So you just kind of resize it. And then you start inserting images into each one of these blocks. So I'm going to type in Morgan. Let's see what shows up. So let's say this is Morgan, right? When you double click on something, you can crop it and you can adjust the image. So you don't have to move the entire thing. You could just move the image within the block. So here we have Morgan. Let's say Morgan has a horse and Morgan's favorite car is this. So here's Morgan's profile. And that's how you replace an image on it. Now elements is just, actually I'll show you guys after when we're creating our contact info on our CTA. I can show you guys how to pull cool little elements to create a contact information page. So yeah, so we apply filters. Oh, okay. So let's say you upload an image, but it's not like, you don't like the way it looks. So we have this grid over here with Morgan, and we can just double click on this picture. We can auto size it, rotate it, or we can just click on it and we can click on edit image. And in here, we have filters, we have background removers, but I think this is like a pro version. So we're just gonna stick with filters. You also have effects if you want autofocus, blur. It can get very, you have many different tools to choose from, but we just wanna make this look pretty. So we're just gonna pick one of the filters here. And it works exactly like Instagram or Facebook where you apply a filter. And we're just gonna pick this one. And you can adjust like the intensity of it. So let's say I just want that, and we can just leave it like that. And yeah, I would suggest you use filters if you're not happy. Let's say the pictures that you have are like you need to adjust the white balance or the exposure is too high or something. I would suggest you apply a filter just to make them look pretty. Okay, step 4, showcasing the property features. And in here is the same thing. So I'm just gonna show you guys how to insert text into this. So let's say I wanna delete this. And to insert text is as simple as pressing T on your keyboard and you will get a text box. You can drag it around. You can just resize it. Property features. And yeah, let's just keep it simple. So I'm gonna press T again. And I just wanna create like a bullet list. So to add all the features in here. So I'm gonna delete this text and I'm gonna start. So let's say it's 2 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, staying creative. And we click on it and then we can just create bullet points, or we can just number them. And it's right here on the list. So this bar right here, it's exactly like Word. So it should look familiar, where you could just make, you can bold your text, you can change your font, you can change the color, italics, underline, strike. You can, capitalize everything. You can change the alignment. and so on. If you want to change the spacing on it, let's say that's too close, then we just adjust it like that. You can add effects to your text. You can play around with it. So that's what I would suggest. If you're gonna use Canva, open an account, pick one of the free templates that we have available, and just start playing around with it. It's super easy to use. Okay, so let's continue. So now that we finish this step, we're gonna create the contact information that I mentioned. So in here, I'm gonna show you guys how to grab icons to create an engaging contact information or simple. I use this a lot for business cards. And I'm also gonna teach you guys how to use QR codes for your listing presentations. And this is something you can use for anything. So let's go back here. So I'm gonna click text again. I'm just gonna use the same slide for everything, so everything stays in one place. So I'm gonna click T again on my keyboard. It opens up a text box, double click it so I can edit it. And I'm just gonna start creating my contact information. So let's say Jake Hernandez. I'm gonna resize it. You resize it by going into one of the corners and just dragging it. Or you can just click it and just kind of like play around with the text size over here. Phone number. And you see how okay, so I made a copy of it. You can just copy and paste it. And once you start typing, it starts typing in the middle. So what I like to do when I'm creating a contact information, I just kind of make sure that it's always aligned to the left. That way, when I start it, I don't have to redo all of this. So phone number. And then I'm just gonna adjust this so it fits. Do this again. Jake.com, right? My website. Okay, so once you have your contact information, you could adjust it. You can change the font, change color, make it look pretty. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys how you use elements to just make it look better. So for example, for my name, I don't need anything, but for my phone, I can just type in phone, cell phone, or iPhone, because I have an iPhone. Let's see. And you go into graphics over here, and you should here's a vast you have a long list of different stock images for you to pick from to create your contact card. And you click on it, you can drag it, resize it, you can change the color to match your brand. And yeah, this is what the elements in Canva are for. And there's a lot. There are many. So you could be unique, you could be creative, and you can just keep it fun. Canva also has like right now I'm zooming in. But Canva also has these when you're moving elements around, it creates these guidelines. So it lets you know if you're aligned with the top one, or just make sure that everything looks organized and centered. So for example, I aligned this one to this corner right here, and now I'm just going to drag this one to make sure it matches the top one. And then I'm just going to center it here. That way, when I zoom out, everything just kind of stays consistent. If you want to move around your contact card, you don't have to move thing by thing, like text box by text box. You can just like create a box around it by dragging your mouse, by clicking on one edge of your screen and just dragging it and selecting everything in it. Now on a Mac, I press Command G and it groups everything for me. Or on Windows, I believe it's Control G and it groups everything for you, and then you're allowed to move everything, and like without having to do each thing individually. So that is how you use your contact. That's how you create a contact information. Now these templates, if you don't want to create your own contact information, these templates usually have their own form. So you can just change your email here. You can change your mobile number here. You can change your email. I just wanted to show you how to use the elements and how to create your own contact box if you wanted to, if you didn't like the ones that they already have. And now QR codes. This is really cool. And this is something that I use a lot too. Okay, so let's go back here. So a QR code is a free feature here in Canva. And to access it, it's here on apps on the left side, the bottom left side. We click on that. Now it already shows up on my end over here because I was using it. But if you're just gonna open up, if you're gonna open up an account, it's not gonna show up there. This is because I already had it open, but I want to show you guys how to get there. So you click on apps and you type in QR code, enter, and it's going to show you a list of all the different QR code features that they have. All these are paid. All these you have to pay for separately. They're not included in the Canva subscription. It's a different subscription. It's just their partners. But this one that says QR code, that looks super simple. That's the free one. So when we click on that, it's just as simple as typing in a URL code. So for example, right now I want to direct everyone to the Realty Executives page. So I'm going to go here, copy the Realty Executives URL, and paste it here, and it's going to generate it for me. If you want to customize it, let's say you want to use the custom colors for your brand or anything, you could just change the colors here. Say I want a bright blue, generate code. Delete this one, and there we go. We have a custom QR code, and if you scan this with your phone, it should take you to the Realty Executives page. Or if you're using it for a listing presentation, you can just direct them to the property listing website. Or if you have a Google Drive with all the pictures and videos, you can just direct them anywhere you want. Spelling, checking for spelling in Canva. Now, Canva doesn't have a native spelling checker. So I'm going to teach you guys another way I do it because it is something important when you're working on Canva, since you can't spell check anything. I would recommend, if you're using Chrome, Safari, Firefox, whatever web browser you use, you should have an extensions page. So for Google, for example, you just type in, you go to Google and you type in Google Web Store, and you open this up, and it takes you to the extensions tab. And over here, you just type in spell checker, enter. And these are some of the extensions that it has. And I would recommend you pick one of these just to make sure that whenever you're working on Canva, you're always everything's checked before you post it, before you present, before you anything, because Canva doesn't have a native spelling checker. So if you make a mistake, it won't correct it for you. So it's always good to have an extension just to make sure that everything's correct. So once you have your presentation, once you change the colors, change the fonts, went through every slide, customize it to be aligned with your listing, change all the pictures, added some grids, change some colors, then you can just make sure that everything is correct. Just review it, review the design for consistency. If you want to delete a slide that you don't need, you can just click on it. Let's say the key services, let's say I don't need this Morgan slide, right? I can just click on it and hit delete on my keyboard, and it gets rid of that slide. If you want to reuse another slide, let's say I like this one, you can just copy and paste. Let's say you have a bunch of testimonials, you can just copy and paste it, and it'll create another one. Or you can just look for it over here and drag it. And it'll ask you if you want to replace the current page or add it as a new page. And we're just going to add a new page. Now, when you add a new page from the template, it'll go back to the original color. So you have to repeat the previous steps that I showed you. Okay, let's continue. Now, once your presentation is done, you can download it as a PDF, PowerPoint. You can print hard copies for meetings, showings, or you can share the digital version. So to do all that, everything is here in the share button right here at the top right corner in Canva. So once you click share, if you want to share it to a team member, here's where you would add them. And you can have, so yeah, Canva has the free version, they have the pro version, and then they have the team version where you can just add different team members. So all of you have access to the same files and designs and templates that you create. But let's say you just want somebody to review it or comment on it or completely change it, edit it. You just copy link, and then you just email them that link or text them that link, or if you want to share that link. And in the download section is where you can download a PDF, you can download a PowerPoint, you can even download it as a video. If you want to share it, let's say you create a presentation that you want to share on social media, you can just click MP4 video. You change the timing on the slides because I think it's set to 5. I changed it to 3 because 5 seconds per slide is too long, especially when you have so many slides. So I changed it to 3. Let's say 3 is still too long. Change it to 2 seconds, and I apply it to all pages. Now, when I download my video, it'll tell me how long it'll be. Let's see. Present record. Yeah, where is it? Got lost here. There you go. And in here you can customize. Well, I think it's only the paid version. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, and you could turn your presentation into a video if you want to share it on social media, if you want to send the file to your clients, or anything. If you, let's say you have a listing, not necessarily a listing presentation, you can just create a slideshow with all your listing photos and just download it as a video and use that as your social media video to showcase your listing. Yeah, some simple tips I think are very straightforward, which is make sure you keep it simple, not overly cluttered, high resolution images, and focus on the property's unique selling points and benefits. The main one here I would say is images. Just always make sure that you're using high resolution images. It makes a huge difference. And yeah, just Q&A if you guys have any questions regarding anything that I presented. I do have something else to share here. Here are some of the shortcuts that I use. I'm going to be sharing this link on our chat. But yeah, these shortcuts will make your life easier if you're going to start using Canva. I use them on a regular basis.
I know that
Grammarly. Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
I know with the free version, a lot of the images or elements might have watermarks on them. Do you think it's a bad thing if you're using the free version and people can see watermarks, or should people just use them?
No, yeah, you shouldn't use the ones that have watermarks. If you want to use an image and you're not happy with the ones that are there, I would just suggest you go to a website that offers free stock images, download them, upload them to Canva, and then just replace them here. But for example, I left this here because I was going to go through this and just kind of work on this as we went along. But then it was just easier to show you guys on the actual listing presentation. But yeah, just like I left this here to also mention it. Do not download this with watermarks because it doesn't look good when you're presenting it like that. It's just not good for your brand. But yeah, you can just use your own images or use the ones that are in Canva's stock library. There's a lot of them that I think most of them don't have watermarks. It's only the pro ones, and the pro ones aren't even that many.
One of the things that was new to me this time was seeing the project folders. Would you mind going over that again?
Yeah. So the project folders is where I usually keep everything organized. So if I have multiple listings here, I just go into my projects, and I just keep it. So yeah, it works exactly like Google Drive. You can create multiple folders and folders within folders to just make sure that everything's organized. So for example, you can use this if you want to also go around having a branding hub and you don't want to pay for it. You can go into projects, create a folder, name it branding hub. And in here, you can upload your logos. You can upload that image with the colors of your brand. You can upload like an image of the fonts, just to remind you which fonts you could use for your brand. And yeah, you can just create your own branding hub over here without having to have an actual branding hub. But yeah, you can organize all your listings, all your pictures. For realty executives, I use it a lot for all the content that you see on social media. I have different folders for everything. I have a folder for social media. I have a folder for PDFs. I have a folder for events that we've had, and I just keep everything organized there. And that's what projects are. It's just folders. It just helps you stay organized. Because when you have the upload tab over here, I would recommend this if you're just for you to upload your own elements, or just use it as a tool to keep your QR codes. Because if you upload everything here, it can get very disorganized and it'll just keep stocking all the images over and over. And whenever you need to find something, it could get complicated. So I would suggest, if you're going to start using Canva, start by being organized here in projects and just keeping everything neat.
Now, if I've made a listing presentation or, something about the property that I have, and I really like it, and all I want to do for my next property is change the pictures of the house. I want to keep all the same text. I want to keep everything else. Can I just copy my listing presentation and then go in and edit it?
Yeah. So for example, here's the one that we were working on, right? Now you can just drag this into your projects. And then you could just drag your list. So let's say I have a folder for listing presentations. I could just drag that into this one, branding hub, right? Now I have all my designs here. So if you want to create a folder in projects for all your different listing presentations, you can add your template there and just create a copy. So you just click on these little 3 dots over here and make a copy, and then you can just rename it. Type in the new listing presentation name, and yeah, just click on it, and that way you can just replace all the images and just readjust it to match the new property. That way you don't have to. You can just keep your template, and you don't have to always be making changes to the original.
I don't
With the
see
Pro,
any.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't see any questions in the chat. If you guys want to either unmute or add questions to the chat, please feel free.
You guys all disappeared. There you go. Yeah, that's basically it for Canva. It's very straightforward. I mean, it's maybe it's a little bit more straightforward for me because I've been using it for a long time. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can email me, and I'll answer any questions you have. And I hope this was straightforward. You could do so much more with Canva. It's not just for listing presentations. You can create your branding hub, and you can just create all your social media content. Like I use it a lot for ads, social media ads. I use it for graphic design. I've designed huge banners with it for other brands. I use it a lot, and yeah, it's really up to your imagination and your willingness to go into Canva and just kind of learn it to see how much you can do with it. It also has a content calendar, so you could just create all your content for the month, create a bunch of templates. If you have themes for each day, Motivation Monday, Tech Tuesday, Wisdom Wednesday, you can just create all those different templates and just schedule them on your content calendar, and it'll pre-upload them for you. So you don't always have to be going into social media and uploading your content. You can just do it through Canva as well. Another thing that I forgot to mention with this presentation is you can, now that I have this open, when you click on share, you can present and record. And what you can just present on your own. Let's say I didn't want to be on the Zoom call, but I still wanted to present. I could have just done that, and I would have just presented on my own, and I would have just sent you guys the video, just going through my presentation, and it records you as you're presenting. And then you download the video, and then you could just share it with everybody.
Yeah, that definitely gives it more of a personal touch when you're still on the screen and kind of presenting instead of just having a video.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I know tomorrow in our second social media power hour of the week, we're going to be talking about some other apps, some scheduling apps, some royalty-free image and video apps that are actually all connected with Canva as well. So I think this was a really good segue. Thank you so much, Jake, for putting so much work into this. I know I learned at least 5 new things about Canva, which I didn't think was possible. But this has been really great. I'm going to put all of the PDFs and whatnot that you sent into the Google Drive that we've kind of been accumulating for the Realty Executives Social Media Power Hour. So everyone will have the Drive link for that. And thank you so much. I'll put your contact info in there as well. So if anyone has any questions or is looking for maybe a walkthrough of the pro version as well, then I think maybe that would be another opportunity to get together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the pro version is completely different.
Yeah.
but yeah, that would be a separate presentation. But yeah, I just wanted to focus on the listing presentation and little things and tools that you could use to enhance it.
Yeah, for sure. I know the pro version is like all of this, exactly what we talked about, plus more.
Yes.
So, yeah, there's always things to be talked about, and Canva is really good about incorporating all like the new tech. So I know with the pro version, there's a lot of different AI things that are also available. So if anyone would like to have a presentation on that, please let me know, and we'll get that presentation up and going. But if there's no more questions, thank you so much to everyone who was able to join us. This will also be available on our YouTube channel at Realty Executives Regional. So if you feel like you need to rewatch it, or there's something that you need to see Jake do live again, it's always available. And I'll be sending out an email again with the Google Drive link, so you'll get all those PDFs. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow on our social media power hour for apps and tools that will, I promise you, help you save time. Thanks, everybody.
See you guys.